Oh my gosh, that was bad. Boom, 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 boom. It sounds like we need to be out at baseball.
Yeah.
First community, Foster Field.
Welcome to Lakeview Maidens basketball on Concho Sports Network.
Let's do that basketball.
They say, let's do that basketball. I'm almost tempted to use that line.
It's an instant classic.
to Lakeview Maidens basketball on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. I'm Russ Howard, and I'm joined tonight by my compadre, my partner in crime, J.D. Raggio. J.D., welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks, Russ. Great to be out here for some Maidens basketball.
Indeed it is. Tonight, your Lakeview Maidens will be taking on the Lady Steers out of Big Spring, Texas, just about 85 miles up the road, depending on where you live in San Angelo. If you live where I live, it's more like 95 miles up the road. But nevertheless, just a short jaunt down Highway 87. And both of these teams are coming in just a little off kilter, as the Chiefs are 7-12 coming into this one, and the Lady Steers are 8-14. The Chiefs this year are 0-6, in district play. Tell us a little bit about the Lady Steers there, JD. What's their story this year so far?
Yeah, so the Lady Steers, very similarly to the Maidens, are also struggling a little bit in district right now. They currently find themselves 5th, only above Lakeview at 1-5 in district. So this is a pretty big game for both the teams, sort of looking to turn around the second half of district play. Both teams actually are on losing streaks right now. Lakeview's is a little bit longer than Big Springs, but both teams definitely looking to get off those losing streaks and start again with this second half of district on a winning note.
Right, you are, and both, as you mentioned, you just need that one. You got to put the other 6 in the rearview mirror, the other 7, whatever, and you need that one, and it all starts tonight. Both of these teams have struggled against top-level competition, as they have both lost to Levelland, who's ranked, I believe, is it 13th in the state right now?
Number 13 in the state.
Undefeated.
19-0 right now.
Right. So they both let Levelland hang 70 on them, as Lakeview lost 70-16 and Big Spring lost 70-19. For your Lakeview Maidens tonight, starting number 5, a junior, Jacqueline Espinoza. Number 15, a junior, Alexis Williams. Number 23, a senior, Alasia Cappuccino. Number 25, a junior, Michaela Wagner. And number 33, a senior, Felicity Harris. Run down those starters for the Lady Steers for us, JD.
Yeah, for Big Spring tonight, we're going to have number 11, senior, Jacqueline Ballou. Number 12, Maya Blanco. She is a junior. Number 22, Alex Enriquez. She is also a junior. Number 23, Ryan Terraza, junior. And then number 24, junior, Tristan Smith is going to round out the lineup for the Lady Steers tonight, Russ.
Indeed, and the Maidens are coached by head coach Tracy Dawson, assisted by Peggy Eubank and Leandra Reed. Coach Dawson did speak to us earlier about this game. He said that his worry. Tell us what did he tell us about Big Spring? Because he said some interesting stuff.
Yeah, he told us a lot about 2 players to watch out for. First one is going to be number 24, the junior Tristan Smith. He said she's a really good player, and Lakeview's going to need someone that's going to have to try to contain her. He said try to contain her. That means she's probably going to be scoring a good amount. Right. You just got to try to limit that as much as you can.
Right.
And then on down low, a post for them, Ryan Terrazas. She's going to be one to look out for on the Lady Steers.
Right. For your Lakeview Maidens, they've had, as Coach Dawson mentioned, they've had some health issues this year. He said he's looking for Alexis Williams is going to be counted on to grab a lot of boards underneath, clean that glass for the Maidens tonight. Hopefully he wants to get some kind of flow going. And kind of, as you're well aware, in any sport, really, you've got to get that flow going in order to have success. You just can't keep missing shots and keep losing ball games.
And they're 7-12 right now. Saw that 4 of their losses are by less than 5 points. So that means that they're in most of these games. Right. That it's just down the stretch. My coach in high school always told me it's always down to 2 things when you look at the stat sheet at the end. It's free throws and it's turnovers.
Right.
2 things that you really can't control. So I'm really interested to see how they can limit their turnovers, and when they do get to the free throw line, to be sure to connect on those opportunities.
Right, and let's talk about free throw shooting for a minute. That's one thing. I mean, you talk to any coach at any level, and you could talk to a coach of an 8-year-old basketball team, and he'll tell you we got to make the free throws. I mean, that's no defense, nobody with a hand in your face. That's free money. It's like free money, you know, giving you free money, and if you can't make those free throws, you're not going to win a lot of games.
Yeah. One of my sisters doesn't know much about basketball. she even knows free throws.
Right. We're going to take a break for the national anthem. We'll be back after this.
Football fans, stop by Wingstop in Southwest Plaza before or after the game. We have the best wings in town and offer curbside pickup and delivery. So stop by Friday night and celebrate with Wingstop on Knickerbocker Road.
Best Tech Supply is a proud sponsor of Concho Valley football. I invite you to stop by our new location at 4512 Adobe Drive for all your herbicide, insecticide, fertilizer, and outdoor power equipment needs. Bestex also carries a large selection of Green Mountain grills and K2 coolers for all your tailgating events. For knowledgeable advice of your lawn and landscaping, as well as service of your outdoor power equipment long after the sale, call us here at Bestex 653-1300.
For a healthy lawn and landscape, visit Best Tech Supply or besttech.com.
Angelo RO Express is San Angelo's local affordable drinking water choice. Water plays a vital role in our daily life, and having the best drinking water for your family is important. Rent a quality reverse osmosis system starting at $28.50 a month with a free local standard installation. So why overpay for something you can get right here for less?
Call my Uncle Larry.
You heard the girl. Call Angelo Oro Express at 325-277-8611 for affordable drinking water.
We all
on the Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Just want to take a moment and say what an outstanding rendition of the national anthem that was. I wish I knew that young lady's name. That was just a phenomenal rendition of our national anthem.
I was very pleasantly surprised. Usually they just have the button that they push.
And
but
they play some canned version. That was live, and that was spot on. It was very well done. So good job. And so now we're going to put the ball in play as it looks like Felicity Harris will tip it off. Trying to get that number. Who is that? Is that our
I think that's Terrazas.
Is it Terrazas? Ryan Terrazas out there? And the tip is going to be controlled by Lakeview as into the front court. Comes Michaela Wagner. Layup is good. So Michaela Wagner quickly underneath, lays it up, and it's good.
Nice little reverse, getting underneath those tall posts down there.
Right. And down court come the Steers quickly. Is handling it up top is Jacqueline Ballou. Ballou back to Ballou now. She dished it into the corner. It comes back up top and back out to Tristan Smith. Now with a short jumper from just outside the free throw line. No good for the Steers. Lakeview controls the rebound. Was that Harris on that board? Got that board?
That was Harris on the board, and that's the 1-2 combo, Terrazas and Smith on offense there for Big Spring. Got to keep an eye out for those two.
Playing a little two-man or two-person game there, as it were. And now the throw down low to Harris. And another shot. That looked like Michaela Wagner, I believe, again. Was it number 25, Michaela Wagner?
I think it was 23,
was it?
Cappuccina.
Okay. Cappuccina with the two. And now the Steers quickly back down court. Lakeview leads this one 4-0 now. And an air ball now controlled by number 25, Michaela Wagner. Stops, hesitates, puts it off the glass for two. Nice little hesitation there, JD.
That's that jump stop that every single high school coach works on with their players. Just let that defender go right by you.
And now that errant throw is controlled by Michaela Wagner. Early on here is having herself in the first minute here, minute and a half, having herself a heck of a ball game so far.
Yeah, I think on that last possession there was a slight deflection on the ball, and that's why we got a three here.
Three by Wagner, no good. Rebound controlled by number 23, Alicia Cappuccina. And now whistle sounds. Foul on the floor, I believe.
Number 10.
Trying to get that number. Was it foul on number 12?
Yeah.
Maya Blanco called for the foul. Out of bounds to the Lady Maidens, or to the Maidens. It's kind of an oxymoron. And now the inbound is stolen give-and-go game and laid up off the glass. That number 12, Maya Blanco, lays that one in. The score is now 6-2. The Maidens still on top. And controlling it, the ball is, she brings it back up court, is Michaela Wagner. Wagner now surveys the court. Go ahead.
It looks like the Steers are in like a 3-2 zone almost right now. It's kind of like how Syracuse likes to run their defense in college basketball.
That's a good comparison. The attempted steal there by number 22 deflected the ball out of bounds to the Maidens. 5:30 left on the clock here in the first quarter. The pass outside to Jacqueline Espinoza, stolen now by the Steers. They got a 2-on-1 dish off to number 24, who lays it up, Tristan Smith, one of those ones we talked about earlier in the pregame, for 2. And now the Maidens, after they ran out to a 6-0 lead, have given up 4 straight to the Lady Steers.
Yeah, 2 fast breaks in a row and 4 fast break points.
And those fast breaks will kill you if you don't contain it. And now Wagner puts it on the floor. Underneath now, the ball once again stolen. Tied up, jump ball, possession arrow to the Lady Steers.
And it looks like with that 3-2 zone, that allows those front 3 for the Lady Steers to be super aggressive on the top, especially when you have someone like Terrazas sitting there down low.
And it's working so far, working to perfection for the Lady Steers, as they've now had, 3 straight turnovers? Forced the Maidens into 3 turnovers. And now a quick 3 ball from outside, no good. That was put up by Maya Blanco. Blanco, no good on the shot. Rebound controlled by the Maidens, and here we go, back into the front court. Out there to Alexis Williams. Ball deflected out of bounds. Possession remains with the Maidens. So far, a lot of effort out of both these teams. They, it's easy when your record's not that great. It's easy to mail it in, and they definitely are not mailing it in tonight. They're giving it their all.
Oh, yeah, especially because some of these seniors, this might be some of the last times they get to play basketball.
Right.
In a setting like this, and for some of the juniors, it's the last time you're getting to play with those seniors, so you're always going to want to go out there and give it everything you got.
So the Lady Steers now back into the front court after the ball was knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Maidens. And now the pass to Ballou. Ballou struggles for a moment, but maintains control, gives it off to Tristan Smith, who shoots, but she was fouled. Actually,
I think it was on Terrazas with the illegal pick.
Terrazas with what we used to call a moving screen. I'm not sure if that's what they called. Sitting down this close, it's sometimes hard to see exactly what the foul's called. And now quickly into the front court, and that pass from Harris was wild and now knocked out of bounds, last touched by the Lady Steers.
And it does look like number 2, the sophomore for the Lady Maidens, Amber Garvius, came into the game.
Good call on catching that substitution. Now 24 with a layup, no good. That's Annalie Pineda. Now ball pass outside to Espinoza. Espinoza now kicks it back over to Cappuccina. Her shot's off the iron, no good. Layup, no good. Harris tries to control the rebound, but stepped on the line. So ball out of bounds to the Steers, Lady Steers.
Yeah, that's the one thing they'll have a pretty good advantage on, is those offensive rebounds. If you have that 3-2, only 2 people are down there in the paint rebounding for the Lady Steers.
It looks, does it look like to you that the Maidens are running a 2-3 zone, or are they?
I think they're in man-to-man.
Are they playing man?
Mm-hmm.
Just looked like when they set up there earlier, maybe it was just the way the offense was dictating. So the Lady Steers now. Nice ball movement. Down the baseline, layup. No good. Controlled by the Steers. Number 22, Alex Enriquez, misses that one, and the rebound, I believe, was grabbed by Espinoza. And now setting the offense is Cappuccina. Cappuccina now gets the ball back, throws it to Harris. Harris back outside to Espinoza. Espinoza's shot off the side iron, no good. And the Steers control the board. 2:29 and counting here in the first quarter. That one shot wildly off the glass, no good. Controlled by Harris. Harris gives it back to Espinoza, who promptly kicks it over to Cappuccino. And Cappuccino will set the offense here in the front court.
Yeah, with this 3-2, they're going to want to overload one of the sides, so they have a 4-on-3 advantage, leaving those two on the backside, sort of almost doing two people guarding one.
That pass down low to Harris. Harris's shot is off the backboard, but she is fouled and will go to the line. He's going to shoot 2 free throws. Trying to see who they called it. Who they called that on.
Looked like it was the junior Alex Enriquez.
Harris will be shooting a Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw. And the first one hits nothing but the bottom of the net. And the second Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw forthcoming from Felicity Harris. Seven to 4, the Maidens on top now with just 2:01 left here in the first quarter. And the second free throw is off the front iron, no good, but Harris controls her own rebound. Kicks it back outside now to Amber Garvey. 24 out there on Alay Pinata. And the shot up no good by Harris, controlled. Rebound controlled by Courtney Moore in the game now for the Lady Steers. And they're Big Spring, the Lady Steers one more time. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all 6 of their points have come off the fast break.
All 6. And that was another person just in the game, number 13 for the Lady Steers, Abby Delgado, passing that one to Tristan Smith for 2 more.
And so now Angie Valero control it and kick it over to Garvey. Garvey kicks it back to Valero. Valero, her pass deflected. Harris controls. Harris up underneath now, just trying to get a pass back outside. It was deflected by Big Spring, and now number 23 over there, trying to get the number 25, excuse me. Michaela Wagner shoots a 3, no good. Ball out of bounds to Lakeview.
It looks like Alexis Williams just checked back in for the Lady Maidens.
Felicity Harris will sit down now. Felicity Harris has had a pretty good little game so far here in the first quarter. Under a minute to play now. A pretty good defense here by, like as you mentioned, that 3-2, or now it looks like a 2. Is it 3-2 still? They're still in that 3-2 zone. Now the ball underneath in the corner. Wild shot, air ball, no good. Controlled by number 12, Maya Blanco. And now another fast break by the Lady Steers, but the Maidens back, and now a outstanding 3-ball by Tristan Smith. Wow. Nice little shot there from outside the arc.
I think that was actually Tristan Smith passing it off to 22, Alex Enriquez.
Did I miss that second pass? Thank you, Mr. Statistician, for catching that for me. Now the ball controlled by Wagner. Kicks it over to Garvey. Garvey shot off the iron, no good. The ball, for the moment, controlled by Big Spring. Now Lakeview gets it back. Garvey with it. Now the ball taken away by number 20, Courtney Moore, and that will do it in the first quarter. And that will take us to break. You are watching Lakeview Maidens basketball on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We'll be back after this break.
I want to get back to the way things used to be. Going to concerts, cheering for our teams in a packed stadium, dancing the night away with our friends. But if we truly want things to go back to the way they were, we need everyone to come together. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and social distance. Together, we can beat this. Together, we'll get back to the way things used to be.
Football fans, stop by Wingstop in Southwest Plaza before or after the game. We have the best wings in town and offer curbside pickup and delivery. So stop by Friday night and celebrate with Wingstop on Knickerbocker Road.
Best Tech Supply is a proud sponsor of Concho Valley Football. I invite you to stop by our new location at 4512 Adobe Drive for all your herbicide.
As we begin the second quarter, the ball controlled by the Maidens, but they immediately turn it over to the Lady Steers. And here we go with another first break. A kick outside. A 3-ball is good. They wave off the shot. Foul before the shot. And it's going to be ball turned over to the Lakeview Maidens.
Yeah, it looked like they got Tristan Smith there on the – she had a push before the pass, or after her pass was made before the shot, so it didn't count.
Right. And the Maidens will set their offense now in the front court. Jacqueline Espinoza over to Capuchina. Capuchina now surveys the landscape before her and now kicks it inside to Harris. Harris with a turnaround, turns around again, throws up a wild shot, no good, but foul called, and she will go back to the line.
And it does look like to start this second quarter here that Big Spring is in man-to-man now, so it looks like they are going to be changing their defenses.
Harris will be shooting a Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw at the Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw line, and her first one is no good. Harris, this is her 4th trip to the Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw line, and she makes the second. And the Maidens now trail by 1, 9-8. And here come the Lady Steers. You know, this it's almost unusual to see them moving slowly into the front court, as that 3-ball is no good. Thrown up there by Abby Delgado, now in the game for the Lady Steers.
And another rebound for Felicity Harris, already 4.
Harris is having a fairly dominant game down low, both on the offensive and defensive ends. And now the steal, number 24, Tristan Smith to the hole, lays it up off the glass, and it's in for 2. Nice coast-to-coast steal and layup there by Smith.
They definitely seem to be a high-flying offense. They want to score, and they want to score quick.
What was it that Coach Dawson told us for this game? They got to control Smith so far.
6 points, so 6 out of the 11.
Results are kind of mixed, and so now a turnover there as he will go out of bounds, and the Lady Steers will inbound it now.
Looks like we just had a platoon swap as well for the Lady Steers, bringing in number 10, Arredondo, number 11, Baloo back into the game, and I believe that Terrazas just came back into the game.
And you can see there on your replay, coast-to-coast steal and layup there by Smith. Smith has been every bit as good as advertised coming into this. And a wild shot now put up by number 23, Ryan Terrazas, but on the shot she was fouled by Harris, and she will go to the line and shoot 2. Folks, we're live streaming Central and Lakeview basketball every Tuesday and Friday this season. Watch Friday as we're streaming the Central Boys versus Odessa Permian game. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. right here at ConchoSports.com, the Concho Sports Network, Roku and Fire TV apps, YouTube and Facebook. And now 2 free throws for the Lady Steers, and they now lead 13-8 with 6:15 and counting left here in the second quarter. The ball handled by Espinoza out there, and she dishes it over here to the near court by Wagner. Wagner throws it down low, and it's out of bounds to the Lady Steers.
Yeah, it looks like they're not quite settled into the man-to-man defense by the Lady Steers yet. That's a couple turnovers to start this quarter.
You know, that's coaching. You know, that's game planning. You set them up with one scheme, and then you switch and see how they adjust. That shot is no good. Rebound controlled by Espinoza, and here come the Maidens. Once again, Wagner running the offense here in the front court. Wagner now will kick it over to Capuchina. Capuchina kicks it to the far side. Now back to Espinoza. Espinoza surveying the landscape. Gets it back to Wagner. Wagner comes off the screen by Harris. Kicks it over to Espinoza. Espinoza looking for somebody to get it to. Harris has it. Harris drives inside, down the lane. The ball tipped away, out of bounds to the Lady Steers. So as you mentioned, it's been a little bit of a difficult time adjusting to the defensive scheme change here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it looks like the Lakeview Maidens are going to take a timeout, probably because of this. Talk about it. Talk about what they need to do better on offense.
Well, we're going to go to break. You're watching Lakeview Maidens basketball on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We'll be back after this.
Insecticide, fertilizer, and outdoor power equipment needs. Bestex also carries a large selection of Green Mountain grills and K2 coolers for all your tailgating events. For knowledgeable advice of your lawn and landscaping, as well as service of your outdoor power equipment long after the sale, call us here at Bestex, 653-1300.
For a healthy lawn and landscape, visit Best Tech Supply or besttech.com.
Lakeview Maidens basketball on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And here come the Lady Steers as we get back to live action. Down low, Jacqueline Ballou with a little jumper in the lane, and the Steers push their lead to 15-8.
Yeah, so the difference there, Big Spring setting screens off the ball, getting a lot of movement off the ball. And that's another foul and actually another turnover for the Maidens as I say that.
The Maidens now have not seemed to adjust to the defensive change by the Lady Steers here in the second quarter. Coach Dawson probably going to make note of that and fix that for the second half when he goes into halftime.
Yeah, they only had 3 turnovers coming into the second quarter, and now they're already at 8, so already 5 here in the second quarter.
In just what, 4 minutes? Less than 4 minutes into the second quarter. And so now shooting 2 for the Steers, Lady Steers. It's number 24. We've called her name frequently already here, Tristan Smith. And she misses 2, and that rebound is controlled by Espinoza. Espinoza now will control it, get it back to Wagner. Wagner will bring it into the front court. She surveys, brings it inside, gets it down low to Cappuccina. Cappuccina goes for the shot, no good, but is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, so even just in that little tiny piece of offense right there, you could see a lot more off-the-ball movement, which helps the person with the ball get open.
Right.
And get more open shots and leads to getting to the free throw line.
Right. Cappuccina standing at the Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw line. Makes her first, and she will shoot the second. Second free throw, bottom of the net. And the Maidens close this one to a 5-point deficit now with 4:23 left and counting in the second quarter. The Lady Steers now down low, back up top to Terrazas. Terrazas kicks it out to Courtney Moore, now in the game for the Lady Steers. Now it looks the Maidens have really stepped up their defensive efforts here. Oh, moving screen. You could see that one coming. Looked like, was that Ryan Terrazas? Set a moving screen. You could just tell right away from our vantage point that was going to get called.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, if you're not necessarily doing the best on the offensive side of things, one thing you can always control is how you play defense. And
exactly.
It looks like they are doing a really nice job of keeping this one, even though they are struggling a little bit on offense, keeping this one in range. Only 5 points down right now. That's not too bad.
The Maidens now will get in the front court, and now traveling called on Wagner, Michaela Wagner. Not sure if she moved her pivot foot, but they called traveling on her, and so it'll be out of bounds. Another turnover for the Maidens, and here come the Lady Steers.
And one thing to note is Ryan Terrazas, I believe she just went out of the game with her 3rd foul. So she's probably going to be sitting down for at least the rest of this half. Terrazas
now with, as JD said, and that layup, beautiful drive inside. Who was that? Did you catch that number?
Tristan Smith.
Tristan Smith just absolutely setting an example of how to play basketball out here this evening. How many points do you have now?
She has 8 points now.
Goodness, 8 of the 17 Big Spring points. And now Wagner will drive it down low. Lays it up, no good. Rebound controlled by Courtney Moore, the sophomore. And Big Spring now on a fast break, throws it. The ball tipped off the hands of, I'm trying to get that number down there.
I think it's 5, Emily Matthews into the game.
I believe you're correct. Emily Matthews, I can't talk. Got my feet fixed and now my mouth don't work right. So Emily Matthews threw that one away. Or tipped that one out of bounds, excuse me. And now Espinoza. Double dribble called on Espinoza, and another turnover by the Lakeview Maidens.
They're doing Only 3 in the first quarter. I'd say that's pretty acceptable, but 7 already here in the second quarter. So they're at double-digit turnovers right now. And they're only down by 7. That's 10 wasted possessions right there.
I know. We talked about free throws earlier. The other side of the free points is the giveaways like turnovers, and you can't have a ton of those and expect to win a ball game. So now the Lady Steers in a slow down. They'd like to get out and run, but here in the second quarter, they've been slowed down a little bit as that one is off the bottom of the backboard, and the rebound controlled by Alexis Williams, the junior. And now blocking foul called. It's going to be out of bounds. Actually, nope, that's going to send her to the line.
I think it should be a 1-and-1 at 8
Yep,
fouls.
it is. Yep, it is a 1-and-1. Thanks to J.P. Patterson, the official right in front of us, letting us know that's a 1-and-1. Shooting from the Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw line. First one is good. 17-11 the score, 2:26 left here in the first half. And the second free throw rolls around and rolls out, and now here come the Lady Steers on the break again, quickly into the front court. Oh, called traveling on number 22, I believe it was, Alex Enriquez. So again, when they want to run, when they have a chance, they're going to get out and run. We've seen that over and over tonight.
It looked like she just started running too fast, saw someone in front of her, and
right.
dragged that pivot foot trying to pass it. And just as we say that, Aaron passed by the Maidens.
And now that pass is tipped but controlled by the Lady Steers. Here they go. She was going to drive down low, comes back, kicks it outside, now drives baseline. The air ball, no good. The rebound controlled by Pinata, excuse me. Now the pass down here to Amber Garvey. Garvey gets it inside. And the ball tied up there by Alexis Williams. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Lady Steers, and substitutions for Big Spring. Coming in number 11, number 32, Jacqueline Ballou and Jalen Sykes. Is that Sykes' first action of the evening?
I believe so. First action for the sophomore.
And now Big Spring will bring it into the front court. Ball controlled first by Tristan Smith, who kicks it over, now gets it back. Nope, Tristan Smith, that's number 11, excuse me. Jacqueline Ballou, ball controlled on the rebound, rolls out to Big Spring. Big Spring now inside to number 12. 12 with a little short-range jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Cappuccino. Leja Cappuccino now will bring that ball into the front court, set the offense. Kicks it down to Pinata. Pinata now inside. And now a foul on the floor called. White 22 was the call. So Alexis Enriquez got called for the foul. And that will send, is that Pinata at the line? Yep. That will send Analea Pinata to the Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw line, and she makes the first one.
Yep, Pinata's first points of the day. It does look like the Maidens were trying to run a 5 game, so everyone's outside the three-point line.
And that second free throw is off the rim, controlled by Jalen Sykes. And now the Steers trying to run again. Errant pass taken away by the Maidens, and here we go.
So you see all 5 people on the floor outside the three-point line. So this requires a lot of off-the-ball movement and a lot of cutting. And we're not seeing that too much right now, and that's what results in a turnover.
And now another turnover by the Maidens. Drive to the hole. Layup is good. Is that number 24? Was that our Tristan Smith yet again?
I know at least 8 of her points are off fast breaks, just steals just like that.
The Maidens now need to work a little bit potentially, and now another turnover by Lakeview.
10 turnovers in this quarter.
In the quarter alone?
In the quarter alone.
They had 3 in the first quarter.
They're at 13 right now.
Something that I'm sure Coach Dawson will bring up in the locker room, and yet they're only down 7 points as 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Big Spring setting up for the last shot. Number 11 now, Jacqueline Ballou. That shot's no good. Rebound controlled by Lakeview, and that will be the horn to end the second quarter and this first half, as the Lakeview Maidens will go to the locker room trailing 19-12. You're watching Lakeview Maidens basketball on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union, and we'll be back for the halftime show right after this break.
Angelo RO Express is San Angelo's local affordable drinking water choice. Water plays a vital role in our daily life, and having the best drinking water for your family is important. Rent a quality reverse osmosis system starting at $28.50 a month with a free local standard installation. So why overpay for something you can get right here for less?
Call my Uncle Larry.
You heard the girl. Call Angelo RO Express at 325-277-8611 for affordable drinking water.
We all want to get back to the way things used to be. Going to concerts, cheering for our teams in a packed stadium, dancing the night away with our friends. But if we truly want things to go back to the way they were, we need everyone to come together. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and social distance. Together, we can beat this. Together, we'll get back to the way things used to be.
Football fans, stop by Wingstop in Southwest Plaza before or after the game. We have the best wings in town and offer curbside pickup and delivery. So stop by Friday night and celebrate with Wingstop on Knickerbocker Road.
Best Tech Supply is a proud sponsor of Concho Valley Football. I invite you to stop by our new location at 4512 Adobe Drive for all your herbicide, insecticide, fertilizer, and outdoor power equipment needs. Bestex also carries a large selection of Green Mountain grills and K2 coolers for all your tailgating events. For knowledgeable advice of your lawn and landscaping, as well as service of your outdoor power equipment long after the sale, call us here at Bestex 653-1300.
For a healthy lawn and landscape, visit Best Tech Supply or besttech.com.
Basketball on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Hey fans, would you like to watch Concho Sports Network games on your TV live in high definition? All you have to do is install the Concho Sports Network Roku or Amazon Fire TV app. You can install them now on either device just by searching Concho Sports. We invite you to check it out for the best viewing experience. If you have troubles viewing it on YouTube or Facebook, we encourage you, go to the website or go download it to your Roku, your Fire Stick. I'm telling you, I have it, JD, on my Roku, all my Rokus in my house, and I use it. I'm not just a shill for it here on the broadcast. I'm telling you, I actually use the Concho Sports Network app. There was a couple of games during football season that I couldn't get to that I watched them on my 65, 70 inch, I don't remember what it is, it's big, in my living room. And I was texting our producer, Shay Harris, hey, this looks great. Hey, this sounds great. But, yeah, if you want to get that, fans, go search for it on the Roku store, Amazon store. You will not be disappointed. So let's talk a little bit about halftime in the Mathis Law Firm halftime show. JD, your thoughts?
So we talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. Turnovers and free throws will have a huge impact on this game. Right now, the Lakeview Maidens are only down by 7 points. Currently, they have these are unofficial. We don't have the official stats,
Right.
but unofficially, on my stat sheet, they have 13 turnovers, and Big Spring only has about 4.
Now let's break down that turnover margin for a minute. Where were the majority of those turnovers?
The majority of those turnovers were down here, and then they led to fast breaks and easy points.
And I'm trying to lead you into this here. What quarter am I? I'm in the second quarter, right?
Yeah, that second quarter when they had 10 of those turnovers.
Right.
So, and still, we're only outscored 10-5 in that quarter.
They are still, even with the turnover issues in that second quarter, they are still in this game.
Absolutely. Part of that is because 2 players really standing out to me from the stat sheet. Cappuccina, she has 5 points, 2 rebounds so far in the game. And then Felicity Harris, 2 points and 4 rebounds. She's really trying to keep them in this one. 2 offensive rebounds, I think, when they're running that 3-2 zone. I think they're probably going to come out and stick with man again because it's been causing the Maidens a lot of problems.
Indeed. You know, you brought up Harris. I've been very, because, you know, in that first half, they were playing under this, you know, the Maidens were playing under the near court here where we are, and she was just a force to be reckoned with down low on the block. I mean, she was contesting on the defensive end. She was contesting every shot. On the offense, she was, you know, around the basket. You know, until they moved to that that isolation, whatever you want to call it, offense, where they all moved outside. She was really contesting and getting down low on that block.
Yeah, for sure. And then on the opposite side for Big Spring, we talked about her before the game, Tristan Smith. She has 10 points and 2 assists already. And I can count at least 8 of them for sure came on fast breaks after quick steals from Big Spring. And then one thing to note for them, number 23, Ryan Terrazas, she has 3 fouls already. We haven't seen her for a while. And we probably will see her maybe halfway through the third quarter. He might start her in the third quarter, see if she can go without some fouls. But if she gets to 4 fouls, they'll probably save her for the fourth quarter.
That's always something, you know, as a coach you have to manage when you get especially your star. I mean, one of your star athletes, when you get them in foul trouble like that, how, you know, when do you bring them back? When do you hold them? You know, the Lady Steers holding a 19-12 lead right now, 7-point lead. So do you really need her at the moment? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, it's 7 points right now. The last time these two teams played, it is interesting to point out that Big Spring won that game 47-33, so that's a 14-point margin. If we continue on the way that we're going right now, this will be another 14-point.
Yeah.
But Lakeview's got to make their free throws. So far, they're 5 out of 10. It's only 50% from the line. Those are free ones, freebies. And then the 13 turnovers.
So you combine the missing half of your free points with giving up 13 turnovers, or, you know, turnover 13 times, leading to potential points on the other end. That's not a recipe for success. So Coach Dawson, I'm sure, is reminding them of that in the locker room. Stop turning the ball over. I'm reminded of a story that Coach Chuck Waddington of Bell Volleyball over at Angelo State University told me one time. I asked him, I said, hey, you really came out after that break and really took it to him. And I said, what did you tell him at halftime? He said, I told him to stop screwing up. He said, that's the extent of my motivational speaking. So Coach Dawson, not sure what his motivational style is, but I'm sure that he'll try to clean that up, and he has to. So if you're Big Spring, I know we've talked a lot about what Lakeview needs to do. If you're Big Spring, what do you need to do here in the second half?
Well, I think if you're Big Spring in the second half, at least in the third quarter, I don't think you take your foot off the gas pedal. They like those fast break points, and it's not the fourth quarter yet. You don't want to set up your offense and wait to get a good shot. I think it's still time to try to put some more up if you are Big Spring. And then if on Big Spring on defense, you ran 2 different defenses, the 3-2 and then man-to-man. One of them worked all right, and then one of them worked really well, enforcing a whole lot of turnovers. So I'm sticking man-to-man, and I'm sticking pedal to the metal if I'm Big Spring.
I'm with you on that one. You know, the one thing you mentioned, the two defensive schemes that they've played, one first quarter, one in the second quarter, really kind of, it looks like it kind of frustrated the Maidens a little bit there in that second quarter. So we'll see if they adjust. Can they adapt? Can they, you know, change their approach to maybe hit at the shortcomings of each scheme and see if they can get back in this one. They only trail by 7 and very much in this one.
Yeah, and if you're Lakeview, when you get on offense, they are being super aggressive in that man-to-man. So if they do get 5 wide like they were, they need to look for some backdoor passes, like fake a pass going to the outside and then have that person cut back underneath them towards the basket, and they'll probably get some wide open looks if they do that.
And we'll start this one as the Maidens will inbound from half court. Looks like Wagner will inbound it and quickly down low to Harris. Harris loses it for a moment, controls it, gets it back out to Cappuccina. That one is up and no good, and the Lady Steers will control the rebound. And the Lady Steers quickly showing that their defense is still working. That's an air ball over the rim, no good. Rebound off the glass, no good. Rebound one more time, and now a foul called on Harris.
Yep, and that does look like it is Terrazas. She just got 2 rebounds right there for herself. She's going to go to the free throw line. These are going to be the 5th and 6th attempts.
So Terrazas now will shoot 2. And the first one rattles in. You're only supposed to get those on the home team rim, but she got the home team bounce on that one. And her second free throw is good. So Terrazas drains 2 and pushes this to a 9-point Big Spring lead. And here comes Wagner bringing the ball up for Lakeview. Dribbles it across the paint, inside now to Cappuccina. Cappuccina's layup is no good, and the Lady Steers will control the rebound. And now a steal by, I believe that's Espinoza. Is that Espinoza that got that one?
Yeah.
Espinoza on the steal and gives it back to Wagner to set the offense, and here comes Lakeview.
Yeah, and in a low-scoring game like this, the Lakeview Maidens, they're going to want to take this one slowly. 9 points right now.
All right, and that 3 ball from way outside, number 22, Alex Enriquez, drains that one.
Yeah, so
and 12-point lead.
Yeah, so you're going to, we used to run these all the time. It's like score, stop, score. So you just focus on that 3 sections. So you score here, you get a stop on defense, you score again. And then 12 points is 8 or 7. And you just take it slowly, chop it up into bits like that. And that's how you slowly crawl back into one of these games. Because 12 points may not seem that much, but when the score is 12-24 in the third quarter, that is kind of a big discrepancy based on how many points are being scored.
Yes, sir. So the Maidens now with the ball. 3 ball off the rim, no good. Rebounded by number 15 down there underneath. I believe that was Alexis Williams grabbed that rebound. Shot no good, but she was fouled, and she will go to the line and shoot 2. She'll go to the the Atlanta and Tiffany Realtor team free throw line. Has she attempted a free throw yet this afternoon, evening?
I don't think so. I think that was her first.
And she drains it and cuts this lead to 11 now. As you mentioned, you got to eat this elephant one bite at a time. You can't eat the whole elephant in one bite. You got to chip into this lead. And like you mentioned, stop basket, stop basket. And that free throw is no good. The rebound controlled by Harris, but her putback just a little too hard off the glass. And here comes Ballou, and Ballou misses it. But is she fouled in the act of shooting?
They called it on the arm.
And that's going to lead to a couple of free throws, and that was on Harris. Harris has got to be getting close to being in foul trouble now, doesn't she?
Oh, she's got 4 looking up at the scoreboard right now.
Is that 4 on Harris now? Yep. So Harris now one of the strong post players for the Maidens. And that first free throw hits just about every part of that iron and falls through. Lead pushed back out to 12 for Big Spring.
And you just see Harris goes and sits down after talking to Coach Dawson real quick. He probably said this was your chance, and we'll probably see her again in the 4th.
And that second free throw falls through, and now a 13-point lead for Big Spring, and here comes Lakeview. Hesitates for a moment on the 3, does Cappuccina. And now, ball out of bounds, possession 2. The Lady Steers.
And so both post players down low, the battle, and they both had 3 fouls. And so now that Harris is out of the game, I expect them to go down low to Terrazas here.
And now that pass is out of bounds. Nice catch there by J.D. Raggio as he leans over. He not only broadcasts, he also catches loose balls out here. Good job, buddy. And now the Lakeview Maidens will control the ball, bring it into the front court.
It's one thing always on the floor. You got to be on your toes.
Exactly. When we keep camera setups and whatnot, we're just waiting for one to clock it. Shea Harris, our executive producer over here stands ready to make sure nothing gets knocked over. Stuff ain't cheap. Equipment ain't cheap. And here comes Big Spring now.
And I think that was only the first turnover for Lakeview so far this quarter. So if they can limit it to less often,
got a chance.
Times,
yeah. And that pass goes out of bounds. Possession over to Lakeview. And here come the Maidens. Wagner once again brings it into the front court.
That was a turnover right back there by Big Spring. They already have 3 this quarter.
So Big Spring's kind of caught the turnover flu.
Mm-hmm.
We're all familiar with COVID-19. Maybe we've got TOVID, turnover vid. I don't know. I got nothing. And so now, as we speak, Lakeview throws it away. And
I think an illegal screen on Alexis
was that
Williams.
what it was called?
And that was her third, so she goes to sit as well.
Lady Steers now will bring it up. Looks like Lakeview's in a 2-3 screen now. Or 2-3 zone, excuse me. Did you notice that as well? Pass to the near court. Down underneath. Dish back outside. I believe that was a three-pointer. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Three-pointer by.
I think
Did you catch that
Enriquez
number?
again, number 22, her third of the game.
Man, she nailed that. That was a legitimate three. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have those ones like just on the line. That was there. So three ball there, and 29-13. The Lady Steers lead with 4:35 and counting left here in the third quarter.
And you see how they're all really clumped together there on offense?
Yep.
They got to really spread it out so they can get more people open, more people moving on that offense. There's nothing they can do.
Right. There's nowhere to go with it. So that one was tied up. Jump ball.
You notice
I believe they call it jump ball. And possession arrow to the Maidens. Just trying to see what they call on. I believe it was a jump ball.
It looks like Kayla Lara, number 21 for Big Spring, just checked back into the game.
And now jump ball once again tied up on the inbound pass, and this time possession arrow to the Lady Steers, and here we go.
I do like the choice by Coach Dawson to go to that 2-3 zone if they do stick into it. It looks like they are.
Yep, it looks like they're coming right back to it again.
Because in that first half, they seem to be getting a lot of their points down low and easy points, but if the Lady Steers keep hitting threes at the rate they are right now, they might have to go back to main man.
Might have to go right, and right on cue. I thought she was going to shoot that one for a moment.
Yeah, heat check.
Yeah, Lakeview moving the ball around. It looks like, and now it looks like there's a foul on the floor.
She's about to shoot that one.
Out of bounds now. Big Spring will inbound it. 3:50 left here in the third period. 29-13 is your score.
Looks like Wagner just got her second foul, and she's replaced there by Angie Valero.
That was her second. Jumper off the front iron, no good. Big Spring controls the rebound. Put back, no good, and now a foul called. And it looks like, who is that, number 22?
I think they called it on number 1, Angie, who just checked into the game.
And Enriquez will go to the line to shoot 2. So that was called on Angie Valero. 3:44 left in the third quarter. First free throw is no good by Enriquez. And she gets ready for a second one, and it's off the front iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Espinoza.
So free throws typically end up near the same. Sometimes there's a bit of a discrepancy. Right now it's 12 free throws attempted to 10 for Lakeview.
And number 23, wow. Alasia Cappuccina nails a three-pointer. And that cuts into this Big Spring lead. It's now a 13-point Lady Steer lead. And they now work it back into the front court. And a put back there by Ryan Terrazas. Nice little layup off the glass for Ryan Terrazas, the junior.
Yeah, you're missing Felicity Harris down there to guard her, and she just stepped through those smaller
exactly
people.
Right. And now a three ball. Was that Amber Garvey? That was a wing stop on Knickerbocker Road, three-pointer for your Lakeview Maidens. Let's keep it right here for a moment. Score now 31-19, 2:59 left in the third quarter. Your take so far here, JD?
Well, I think Lakeview's done a lot better job of limiting the turnovers so far this half. It's been more even in the turnover category. Big Spring has got to the free throw line a lot more. They've caught up, but they're also only shooting 5 out of 10 from the free throw line.
So it's been kind of both sides have not shot well from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, 5 out of 10 for Big Spring and 6 out of 12 for Lakeview right now. So 50% for each team.
Yeah, and we mentioned it earlier, those free points that any coach does not want to give away.
It looks like they are going to be staying in that 2-3 zone like we talked about.
So the Lady Steers now, 3 ball from outside, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. I believe that was off of Analea Pinata. And Big Spring will inbound the ball now.
Another 3.
No good. That rebound is controlled by Cappuccina. And here comes Lakeview on their own little fast break now. Ball kicked back outside to Cappuccina. She drives down low, kicks it over to Pinata. Pinata, no good. Rebound controlled by Big Spring. Here they come on a fast break. They got a 2-on-1 off the glass. 2 more for Maya Blanco on that. They went back to that fast break again, JD.
Yep, fast break, 2-on-1, well executed too.
It looked almost to be a 3-on-1. One Lakeview defender got back, but not in time. And so now that shot is blocked, and here comes the Lady Steers one more time. Looked like Enriquez wanted that for a moment, but they now moving the ball around are the Lady Steers. And that wild pass inside is controlled and stolen by Espinoza, who will kick it back over to Cappuccina. And the Maidens will begin to set their offense now.
Yeah, if you're the Maidens here, try to get this to maybe an 8-point deficit before the 4th quarter.
And the layup inside by Pinata. Pinata and Pinata, and that will cut this lead to 12. As you mentioned, trying to get that lead under double digits before the end of this 3rd quarter. And now, slipping and falling is Maya Blanco and called for the travel. You hate to see that, but it's the
part
rule.
of the game.
Yeah, it is.
Bunch of substitutions. It looks like for the Maidens, number 4, Landry Williams into the game for the first time.
Yeah, like a whole line swap. Let's do that hockey. As they brought in a whole host of substitutions, did Coach Tuttle. Some substitutions for the Maidens as well, as number 4, Landy Williams, is on the court. That shot no good. Rebound controlled once again by Courtney Moore. And here come the Lady Steers. Pull up, jumper no good. Rebound controlled by Arredondo. Arredondo now, the ball rolling free. Tied up, jump ball. Possession arrow to the Maidens. So a little break for the Maidens there as they tied up.
A little bit of madness was just brought in with that line swap.
Not quite sure how that was going to play out, but the bottom line is the Maidens have the ball with under 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. As you mentioned, trying to get this to maybe a 10-point lead, 9-point lead, but that is another turnover, and it looks like the ball is going to go to the Lady Steers.
You love to see that, though. Number 22, Alex Enriquez, just threw herself across the floor to get that
Giving
ball.
it all up for this one.
That's what Coach likes to see.
Indeed. And the Lady Steers now, 3 ball, nothing but the, 2 ball, nothing but the bottom of the net. I said 3, and the ref right in front of us pointing, nope, her foot was inside the line. So 35-21 the score, 4, 3, 2, 1, layup at the buzzer, no good. And that will do it for the 3rd quarter here from Lakeview High School. The Maidens trailing 35-21. You're watching Lakeview Maidens basketball, on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We'll be back after this.
Angelo RO Express is San Angelo's local affordable drinking water choice. Water plays a vital role in our daily life, and having the best drinking water for your family is important. Rent a quality reverse osmosis system starting at $28.50 a month with a free local standard installation. So why overpay for something you can get right here for less?
Call my Uncle Larry.
You heard the girl. Call Angelo Oro Express at 325-277-8611 for affordable drinking water.
Welcome back to Lakeview Maidens basketball on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. I'm trying to get my words right here, there, JD. Going to break, I think I messed up every word in the English language. So Lakeview now down by 14 as we enter the fourth quarter. Inbound the ball. First shot no good, and here come the Lady Steers as they're on the break once again into the lane. That was a nice little steal by Michaela Wagner in the paint, and now Lakeview will control it and try to cut that lead to 12.
And Felicity Harris, as well as 15, Alexis Williams back into the game for Lakeview. They were in a little bit of foul trouble there third quarter, so I agree with the decision from Coach Dawson. You're down 14 in the fourth. You got to play your players.
Yep. And now a three ball from way downtown that's no good.
Looked like a nice rebound there by 15 Alexis Williams, and then it looks like maybe over the back trying to get that ball, but they called it a jump.
That's what, well, the signal was over the back, but I guess they called that on Lakeview. And the fans here in attendance do not like that call whatsoever. Don't know that I completely blame them, but you know, you got to play what you got to play. And now a steal, fast break by Wagner off the board, too hard, no good. Wagner on the break had a nice little steal. Now it looks like Lakeview's pressing, running almost a full court press now. This Lady Steers a little short jumper in the lane.
I think that was Arredondo again.
Yep. Elenia Arredondo, the sophomore, drains that one and pushes us to a 16-point Big Spring lead. And here comes Lakeview one more time. Down low to Harris. Harris kicks it back outside. Shot by Cappuccino. Looked like it was tipped for a moment. Now jump ball and possession to Lakeview. Both these teams are still fighting hard.
Yeah, definitely the game sort of opened up a little bit. That last quarter was 16-9 in favor of Big Spring, so the most points in a quarter by far. So,
yeah. And now Lakeview throws it away, turns it over again.
Yep, Lakeview 15 turnovers in the game right now and 10 for Big Spring. So they've done a better job this second half.
Yeah, they have. They've fixed that piece of it. And now a quick three ball rims out. And now a push.
That one, even though that's a push, that one's going to get Coach Dawson fired up because you got three people in there who aren't boxing anybody out.
Yep.
And Abby Delgado, who's probably one of the smallest people on the court right now, goes in there and grabs it. So you got to give props to her, even though there was a foul.
Right. That's a good catch right there. I saw that as well. And now a quick jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Big Spring.
Got to be careful if you're Felicity Harris there. You
Indeed.
got 4 fouls.
And that was laid up off the glass by number 22, Alex Enriquez. No good, but she was fouled and will go to the line and shoot 2. 6:12 left here in the fourth quarter. Big Spring leads 37-21 over your Lakeview Maidens. First free throw right to the bottom of the net.
And if you look at the fouls right now, you see that Lakeview has 7 to only the 2 of Big Spring. Some may say that's kind of a bigger discrepancy, but Big Spring's been driving to the basket a lot more, and that's where you're going to get a lot more fouls.
Right. So that free throw was no good, but I think they called the lane violation. Mm-hmm. Lane violation on Lakeview, and we'll shoot one more. Will Big Spring. And she atones for the earlier miss and now pushes that lead to 18 for Big Spring. So time ticking away for the Maidens. They need to really get some points like now on this possession. Turnaround hook off the glass, no good by Harris. Harris throws it inside. I believe that was Wagner. Was that Wagner down low?
I think that was Williams. Oh, no, it was Wagner.
Wagner lays that one up off a nice little feed by Harris. And now a 16-point lead. I don't
they're
math.
back in that 2-3 zone.
Yeah. Big Spring now. The ball tipped away and controlled by Williams. Quick pass down court to Harris, and her pass over. Looked like she was trying to get it to Espinoza underneath, and the ball was picked off.
I like that idea, but I think you just go with the fake there, maybe shoot that one off the glass if you're Harris.
Indeed. Got to go strong to the hole.
That's how you get those fouls.
Indeed. And that's what Big Spring has done all night, has gone strong to the hoop.
And another rebound there by Abby Delgado.
And now the ball controlled by number 15. They called a foul, I believe, on Alexis Williams. Looks like they called it for throwing an elbow underneath. And that'll give the ball to Big Spring out of bounds underneath their own basket.
And that's her 4th. They're at 8 fouls, so they should be in the 1-and-1, I would think.
Oh, not.
I was waiting for Shay to jump over there.
Shane was watching that one. It goes into the storage box of electronic equipment. Thankfully, all the electronic equipment is out here on the floor right now, not in the box. So Big Spring will inbound it in front of our announce table here. Inside, traveling now called on Jacqueline Ballou. While we got a moment, want to give a shout out to our cameraman Sean, doing an outstanding job up there in the bleachers, giving us a good shot. And our executive head honcho producer guy, Shay Harris, the man, the myth, the Concho Sports Network. Appreciate all he does. As that pass goes way out of bounds over at the bench, and it will be Big Spring ball. I love opportunities like this to call sports, and Shay Harris gives us that. So big shout out to Shay. He doesn't often get the accolades, but we're appreciating. Now Big Spring moving the ball around, stolen away now by Wagner. Wagner slows up now, picks up her dribble, kicks it inside to Espinoza. Espinoza now, and the ball taken away by Big Spring. Here come the Lady Steers. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds. Last touch. Who is that?
I think it's Ballou.
Ballou, yep. Last touch by Ballou. Trying to look over there and see that number.
Yep, she's shaking her head walking over to the bench. But looks like another line swap.
While we in the middle here of this one, folks, we're live streaming Central and Lakeview basketball every Tuesday and Friday. Watch Friday as we're streaming the Central Boys versus Odessa Permian game. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. right here at ConchoSports.com. The Concho Sports Network, Roku, and Fire TV apps, YouTube, and Facebook. You don't want to miss it. It should be a good game on Friday.
It looks like we got a couple of sophomores back into the game for Big Spring. Emily Matthews, Arredondo's back in, and Jalen Sykes as well. Emily Matthews, I believe, with the foul there, she just looked like she was hand-checking a little bit too much.
Now the Maidens inbound it. Quick free throw. It's no good, but the put back, and there is a foul on that shot. It looks like Wagner will go to the line.
Wagner with a nice offensive board, and she'll get 2 for that one.
Wagner, she will go to the Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw line and shoot 2, and her first one rims out. And the second Lana and Tiffany Realtor team free throw forthcoming. And Wagner drains that one. High arcing free throw right there.
So we got a couple of subs coming in. Looks like they're going with a faster lineup, so I imagine that they're going to go into a full court press here, yep.
As we see it develop right now.
Couldn't hear what happened there.
Looks like they called a foul on the Maidens. I'm not sure what it was.
Also not positive what it was.
Getting some refereeing tips from our friend J.P. Patterson. Calling the game out here tonight as the first of a 1-and-1 is good. 3:57 left here in the fourth quarter. 40-24. Big Spring leads Lakeview. And the second free throw is good. 41-24, 3:57 and counting as the clock runs. Lakeview just now trying to get some points, make a run here, see if they can pick this up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to go quick, and then you got to get back into that full court full court press and see if you can get a quick turnover and some easy points.
Indeed. And a quick three from way up high is no good, and the rebound is controlled by Emily Matthews. Matthews now will give it over to our friend Tristan Smith, who is
I believe that's an offensive foul charge.
Called for the charge, that's right.
So nice job. I didn't see, I think it might have been number 2, Garvey in there on that charge, but whoever that was for Lakeview, great job.
Took that charge and got the ball back, and now in the lane, layup is no good, and the rebound is controlled by the Lady Steers, and here they come. You notice they have slowed down a little bit here in the fourth quarter. They haven't run and gun like they did in the first 3.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, again, that's sort of like good coaching by Coach Tuttle.
Knowing when to turn it off. And you know, I have noticed this has been a pretty well called game tonight. You know, you always have those fouls that the home team's going to cry about and the visiting team's going to get mad about, but this one's been fairly well called. I mean, really well called tonight. I haven't seen anything that was controversial at all. So
yeah, I know all that we ask for in football is consistency.
Yep.
And I think that we've seen that.
This crew has been very consistent. Air ball at 3, high arcing wing stop on Knickerbocker Road, 3-pointer there for Lakeview, and now the timeout is called with 2:37 left in the game. One more time, I'm going to give a shout out here. If you want to watch Concho Sports Network games on your TV live in high definition, all you need to do is install the Concho Sports Network Roku or Amazon Fire TV app. You can install them now on either device just by searching for Concho Sports. We invite you to check it out for the best viewing experience. Again, I'm going to tell you, this is something that we and Shay Harris and all of us that have been involved with this have really worked on getting this to you, the viewer, and we really appreciate your support. But I'm telling you, watching it on YouTube and Facebook just ain't the same as watching it on the Concho Sports Network app on your Roku or Fire Stick. So go there, get it, check it out. You won't regret it. And don't forget, we are streaming the Central and Odessa Permian boys game on Friday, tipping off at 6:30 p.m. right here on CSN.
Looking back, getting into the game here, Michaela Wagner now has 10 points in the game for the Maidens. And then on the other side, Alex Enriquez, she had those 3-pointers. She has 11 points for Big Spring.
And now Big Spring controls it, and it looks like
it was out of bounds.
Yeah, Tristan Smith right in front of us, literally right in front of us, stepped out of bounds trying to control that. And the ball goes over to Lakeview. Lakeview now. Wagner will bring it into the front court with 2:34 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Moving the ball around are the Maidens. Looked like Garvey wanted to shoot it. She did. No good. Rebound controlled and put back by Wagner, I believe that was. Nice play there by Michaela Wagner. She was able to put that back. And now a pass into the paint taken away by the Maidens, and here they come.
You got to try to get this ball to Wagner as soon as you can.
Right.
Well, heat check for her.
12-point lead now for the Lady Steers. Turn around, lay off, no good off the glass, and a foul called.
Nice little spin move there, and it wasn't a foul. It was actually a travel.
Yeah, you're right. I just saw him as soon as he made the motion. You were saying that, traveling.
And you got to run a box play here. Yep.
Off the top of the backboard, no good. And now, tied jump ball goes to Lakeview. Possession arrow to the Lakeview Maidens.
Yeah, you got to try to run a box play here. I think for Wagner, I was going to say try to have her inbound it, and then you can get a screen right off of it and get it right back to her. But
Coach Eric Tuttle not happy with the officiating crew right now. Wants clarification on something as he goes over and talks to one of the crew members, and he goes back to his bench. She goes back to calling the game, and we keep playing. And now Lakeview steals the inbound pass for the moment, but taken away again by Lakeview. Quick 3 ball, no good off the front iron by Wagner. And here comes Lakeview on the break. The layup is off the glass and in for 2 more for Big Spring. 43-29 the score with 1:30 left in the game and counting.
I like what Lakeview is doing there for a couple seconds, so they just got to make one of those shots.
Yep, they've been moving it around, making some shots, exactly. Not giving up, that's the big thing. And now the short jumper is no good. Rebound to the Lady Steers. Oh, and the pass knocked out of bounds by Wagner.
Yeah, nice rebound there by the sophomore Sykes, who exits the game. And it looks like
some substitutions coming on now.
Yeah, Enriquez back in the game. Terrazas. Smith just asked for that ball in between 2 defenders.
And now, Big Spring into the front court. Shot off the rim, no good. Controlled by Big Spring. Big Spring with a rebound one more time. 2 balls, no good. Rebound once again by Big Spring. Put it back for 2 more. 45-29 the score. My, oh my. That was at least 3 or 4 offensive rebounds right there.
Right in a row.
Yep. And that 3 ball by Amber Garvey didn't find anything but the out of bounds line. And so now Big Spring will inbound it with 41.3 seconds left here in the contest.
Yeah, so a little bit interesting by Coach Tuttle. He had his sophomores in sort of with 4 minutes until about a minute left. And that's sort of like crucial time right there. Usually put those younger guys in here later, but.
Yep. And that long one, no good. Rebound controlled, well, controlled now by Big Spring, and now they called it over and back. And the ball is going to go to the Lakeview Maidens. And Coach Tuttle over there, hands on hips, not happy at all with that call. You got a 45-29 lead with 20 seconds left. You know,
basketball coaches are never satisfied.
Nope, they're never satisfied. Always fighting. And now a travel call on Lakeview, and with 13.5 seconds left, Big Spring will inbound in front of the Lakeview bench.
It looks like Coach Tuttle's giving them the go ahead and cross half court, but that's about it.
Yep. Stay tuned at the conclusion of this one for our post-game and wrap-up. Oh. And the 3 ball by Big Spring, no good. The rebound controlled by Lakeview, and there's the buzzer. And that will do it for this one here tonight from the gymnasium on the campus of Lakeview High School. The Big Spring Lady Steers able to put away the Lakeview Maidens 45-29. Let's go ahead and break this one down on the post-game show. JD, your thoughts?
Yeah, so it looked like for Big Spring, instead of the 2-headed monster we thought we were going to get, it was a 3-headed monster because Alex Enriquez had a big game, 11 points. Tristan Smith, she had 10 points. So Lakeview did a great job limiting her in that second half, and then Ryan Terrazas ended up with 6 points as well. So they did a good job. Looks like 7 different people on Big Spring scored, so they had a really good job spreading that ball around. That second and third quarter, they really put it on Lakeview. And for Lakeview, better second half, I would say. Looks like 12 points for Michaela Wagner. She had a pretty big game, but it looks like I have 17, and it might be more than that, turnovers in the game, and that's 17 wasted possessions.
You know, I think that's the bottom line. Missed free throws and turnovers if you're Lakeview. That's really what kind of sunk them. The deciding piece was that second quarter when they had, what was
10,
it 10 turnovers in that second quarter after only 3 in the first quarter. They were very competitive in that first quarter, and even when they started turning over, they still remained competitive. We're only down, I believe, 7 at halftime. But like you said, you know, the turnovers, the free throws, the missed free throws, you just can't have those kind of errors, unforced errors, and missed free throws and expect to win a ball game. So, you know, Lakeview hung tough, fought, but ultimately lost to the Big Spring Lady Steers 45-29. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, so Lakeview moving forward, I mean, you just got to keep playing if you're Lakeview because, like we talked about, those are things that they can control. Another thing they can control is their attitude. They had great attitude out here today.
Indeed.
A lot of hustle from whistle to whistle, from start of the game till the end of the game. And that's for both teams. Both teams really hustled out here. Gave us a good show to watch out here. Sometimes the baskets aren't always going to fall. You're not going to make 100% of the shots. That's one thing that is for sure. But they just need to keep controlling the things they can control. Defense They need to get back on that free throw line at practice, and then they really need to just limit those turnovers, and I think they'll be good moving forward.
Just one other note before we close. I think, Felicity Harris for Lakeview played very strong underneath. I think that she could have gone a little bit more strong to the hole there in the second half, but again, she was playing with 3 and 4 fouls, so I guess, that's pretty understandable that she was going to play a little bit more cautious than she normally would.
Yeah, definitely just watching out for those offensive fouls, because at the beginning of the game, she was a monster. She was all over the boards. She was everywhere, and that's when they were in that 3-2 zone. Then they transitioned to man, and they sort of went away from her down low. They kind of just started moving around. They spread everyone out, or they would sort of have everyone clumped up in the middle. It looked like they needed to spread that offense out, but they did spread that offense out, but they didn't have people moving off the ball, screens off the ball, getting people open.
That's a great point. Well, fans, we want to remind you we are live streaming Central and Lakeview basketball every Tuesday and Friday here in the fall and spring seasons. Our next game is Friday as we're streaming the Central Bobcat boys versus Odessa Permian game. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. right here at conchosports.com, the Concho Sports Network, Roku, and Fire TV apps, YouTube, and Facebook. We want to thank both the Lakeview Maiden faculty and staff, as well as the Big Spring Lady Steers faculty and staff, for allowing us to come and broadcast this game. And we want to thank everybody for watching. I'm Russ Howard. He's J.D. Raggio. Catch us again next time. And don't forget, this Friday night, 6:30 p.m., right here on the Concho Sports Network, on Roku, Fire TV, YouTube, Facebook, and conchosports.com. We'll see you then. Take care. God bless. Have a great night. Headsets on. Good? Oh. Do you want us to look like we're calling? And it's and blah 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 blah.
And then let's do that.
And let's do that basketball. And then we'll do some of that hockey.
This is an actual sporting event?
Yeah, is this real? People actually do this? I don't know what that means.